Hey guys, and welcome back for another short flow. Today's session is focusing on your shoulders and your hips, building strength but also flexibility at the same time. For this session, you are going to need a strap, a belt, a scarf, PVC pipe, whatever you've got to hand. Other than that, just some space on the floor, a mat if you have one, and whenever you're ready, we'll begin our warm-up. So if you come to the center of your mat and take hold of your strap for our warm-up, we're simply going to wrap one hand around one end and hold the other end roughly sort of hip distance and do a couple of pass-throughs. So go as wide as you need, as mobility allows, basically. If you don't have a strap, you could do some shoulder rolls or some arm rotations instead. Whatever you're using, whatever variation you're doing, grab a hold of that strap and we'll just begin with 10 pass-throughs or circles. So inhale to lift, exhale to tap behind, coming back up over the head and tap in front. So just gently opening those shoulders, improving that range of motion. And if you find that as you do this, it becomes easier, you can just shuffle your hand along, narrow the grip slightly, and challenge yourself a little further. So we're just over halfway now, so I'm going to go for 3 more taps each side. Last one. And then you can release yourself from that strap and just put it down to one side. From here, you're just going to come to the front of your mat, find yourself in Tadasana, inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale as you come down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Think about bending at the knees, drawing the chest over the thighs. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, fold deeper, and then on the next inhale, we're going to crouch into this heel lifted crouch position, tucking the nose to knee, and then we're going to exhale to Uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to do that 3 times in total. Inhaling to crouch, exhaling to fold. And then on the last fold, come to your Uttanasana, heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat. Find your squat stance and then inhale to come all the way up, extended Tadasana, palms together at the top. Exhale, come down into your garland pose. Think about having a nice upright chest. Sit into the bottom of that squat. Really feel the stretch in your inner hips. Pull the chest through the arms. Doesn't matter if your heels are lifted, I'd much rather you had an upright torso. And you can take a few pulses in the bottom of that squat. From here, we're going to then take our hands to the floor, step back with our right leg into a lizard lunge, dropping that back knee to the floor, reaching the heart forwards. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, step back with the left foot and switch sides. So right foot comes forwards, finding yourself in lizard lunge on the other side. We're just going to alternate 3 times on each leg, reaching the heart forwards, stepping back to down facing dog to switch over. So really feel that stretch in the hips before you transition. Last one on each side. And then from down facing dog, we're just going to inhale to roll forwards, drop the hips, come into cobra, and just spend some time opening up that front body, swaying from side to side, circling the hips, doing whatever you need to get into that area. Pulling those shoulders back and down. If this is too much on your lower back, feel free to do the same in Sphinx pose, wherever you need to be. Just spend some time opening up those hips and that front body. From here, we're just going to sit back onto our heels and come into extended child's pose. Forehead to the floor and just take 3 deep breaths. Feeling the expansion across the upper back as you inhale. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, press up into down facing dog. And then just gently walk your feet all the way in towards your hands. Come into your Uttanasana ragdoll variation if you want to. Take a few breaths as you swing from side to side. Stretching out the lower back, the glutes, and into the hamstrings as well. And then whenever you're ready, inhale to come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the hands and reset at the front of the mat, ready for the main session. So come to the front of your mat and find yourself in Tadasana. Lift the toes, spread them, press the feet firmly into the ground. Engage through the legs, tuck the tailbone under, suck the navel back towards the spine, roll those shoulders back and down and lengthen through the crown of the head. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, and then inhale as you lift the hands up, extending further into extended Tadasana, and then exhale as you keep all that length and come down into your Uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to take 3 deep breaths here. Bend at the knees if you need to. Finding length as we inhale, exhaling to fold deeper, drawing that chest over the thighs, crown of the head towards the floor. Take one last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and we're going to take the 2 big fingers and hook them around your big toe. As we inhale, we're going to straighten the legs and pull against those toes as we extend the arms as well to lift away from the floor. Find that nice stretch in the hamstrings and across the upper back and into the arms. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale as you come back into that Uttanasana, forward fold. From here, just walk the feet all the way to the back of the mat. Find your down facing dog position and then just exhale as we come into our kneeling, hands on knees position for 3 cat-cows. So from here, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're just going to inhale as we dip the stomach, look up towards the ceiling and squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then exhale as we round through the spine, pulling the shoulder blades apart, sucking the navel back and up and pressing the ground away. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Last one, inhale to lift. Exhale to round. And then just take the hands slightly further forwards again, tuck the toes and come back up into your down facing dog. From here, we're going to take a body flow. So we're going to inhale as we roll through the spine and drop the hips towards the floor. Look up towards the ceiling. Pull those shoulders back and down away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. And then as we exhale, we're going to sit back in extended child's pose. Bringing the forehead to the floor, we're going to take the hands, the palms of the hands together and walk the elbows forward so you feel a nice stretch in the back of the triceps. Bring the hands up above the head and just do a couple of taps, pinky finger to floor and thumbs to neck, just to open those triceps and ease them off. Really drag those elbows into the floor and pull back on them to feel that stretch. Couple more taps in both directions. Last one each way. And then just slowly release the hands, come back up into your down facing dog position. Press back to down facing dog and just take a moment there to open up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings as you pedal through the legs. And then if you want to, you can even take a few pulses through the shoulders. And then when you're ready, just come to neutral. Spread the fingers, grip the mat through the hands. Press the crown of the head towards the floor as you lengthen through the tailbone, maybe even bend at the knees slightly to find extra length, and then exhale as you push the heels towards the floor. From here, we're going to take our right leg up high to the sky, 3-leg down facing dog, bend at the knee, find a little hip twist, so open up that front hip flexor. Play with it if you want to, just take a few breaths there, mobilizing the joint, finding that stretch. And then swing that leg through and we're going to come into a low lunge. So dropping the back knee to the floor, reaching the heart through, making sure that that knee is stacked above the ankle, not in front. Behind is fine, but not in front. Roll those shoulders back and down, eye gaze forwards, feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, sink deeper. And then this time as we inhale, we're going to windmill the arms up, leading with the left, taking the left hand back to the left heel, reaching up high with the right hand and extending as we exhale into that back bend. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you windmill all the way back up and over. Hands frame the front foot and we're going to come into a twisted side angle pose. So lifting the back leg off the floor, We're going to then inhale as we lift and twist with the right hand up towards the ceiling. So chest should come in towards your thigh. Back heel can stay lifted, or you can place the foot at a 45-degree angle for a deeper stretch. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release that hand, frame that front foot, lift that back heel again, and then we're going to come into pigeon. So right leg comes through at a 45-degree angle, bending at the knee, sliding the left leg all the way back, finding a nice level hip position in the center of your mat. So if you need to, you can support the sit bone with a block or a cushion. Press into the ground as you inhale to find that length and extension in that hip flexor on the left. And then as you exhale, fold over that front leg, coming all the way down into sleeping pigeon. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then inhale as you come all the way up. Hands come under shoulders, step back to down facing dog, and we'll take another body flow. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, come up into cobra. Roll those shoulders back and down, take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale as you tuck the toes and press back to puppy pose. So we're sitting back on our heels, come to extended child's pose to begin with, and then slide your chest through to the front of the mat, stacking the hips above the knees, not in front or behind as you bring that chest towards the floor, taking your chin to the floor and looking towards the front of the mat. If this is too much for you, you can just go back to extended child's pose. Just go wherever you need to be for today. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale. And then inhale as you come back up into down facing dog. Pressing through the hands, and then inhale as you lift that right leg up high again. Swing it through, plant it between the hands. Find that lunge position, reach the heart forwards, eye gaze forwards, and then whenever you're ready, we're going to inhale as we lift and shoot into warrior three. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you come up. Keep that leg lifted and see if you can reach up and back with your left hand into dancer's pose. As you inhale to lift and kick, see if you can hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, and come back to the front of the mat. Find Tadasana, and we'll repeat that sequence on the other side. So reset yourself in Tadasana. Really think about grounding through the earth with your feet. And then inhale as you lift and extend. Exhale as you fold and reach over those thighs with that chest. Take a nice deep breath in, find length. Exhale, fold deeper. Hook those fingers on those big toes, and then inhale to lift into that big toe pose. Find that stretch. Take a couple of deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. And then exhale as we come down into our Uttanasana forward fold. Walk the feet all the way back to the back of the mat, and we'll take a body flow. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, come up into cobra. Exhale, press back to down facing dog. From here, we're going to take the left foot up high to the sky, bend at the knee, find that hip twist and just play with it a little. Open up that joint, open up that hip flexor. Find the discomfort and ease into it. When you're ready, swing that leg through, plant it between the hands, and we're coming into a low lunge, dropping the back knee to the floor, reaching the heart through, finding that stretch in the right hip flexor this time. Find a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, sink deeper, and just keep an eye on that leg position with your knee and ankle. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then on the next inhale, windmill the arms up and over. The right hand comes back to right heel. Reach up and high with your left hand, and then exhale as you come into your half camel pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, and then inhale as you windmill up and over, coming into side angle. So right hand goes to the floor, lifting that back knee if you can, or even planting the foot down at a 45-degree angle and lifting and opening with the left hand up towards the ceiling to find that side angle twist. Take one more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release that hand, frame the foot, and we're coming into pigeon. So lift the back heel and bend that front left knee towards the left corner of the mat and slide the right leg back as you come into that nice level hip position. Finding your hip bone to heel, sit bone to floor, block or cushion. Press into the ground as you inhale, find that stretch in the right hip flexor. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, melt the body forwards over that front leg. Coming all the way down into your sleeping pigeon pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly come back with your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. And we'll take that body flow. So inhale, roll forwards, drop the hips, come up into cobra. Exhale, sit back on your heels, come through extended child's pose, staying there if you want to, or coming all the way through into your puppy pose, stacking the hips above the knees, finding that thoracic spine stretch. A couple of deep breaths. And then inhale as you come up, taking the hands back underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes and pressing back to down facing dog. From here, you're going to inhale as you come up into three-leg down facing dog. Swing the leg through, plant it in your lunge position. Reach the heart forwards, eye gaze forwards, chest comes through the arms. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, and then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we lift and shoot into warrior three. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you come all the way up, taking that right hand back to the inner right foot and then lifting and kicking into the hand into dancer's pose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Come back to Tadasana and we'll work our way all the way to the floor for a quick cool down. Inhale to come to extended Tadasana. Exhale as you come all the way down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to come down to crouch curl, and then exhale as you come down to a seated position on your mat. Legs extended out in front of you, flex the toes back towards you, pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath your sit bones. Inhale as you lift and lengthen, exhale as you fold over those legs, bringing your chest towards your thighs, head towards your toes, and just taking 5 deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale, fold deeper. And then slowly inhale as you come all the way up. Slide your bum back down towards your heels. Come onto your back in a supine position. Take the hands out wide, palms facing down. And then take your toes to the floor, but keep your heels lifted. And we're just going to drop our knees from side to side for a few window wipers to finish. Releasing off the lower back, massaging the outer hips. Trying to keep those shoulders glued to the floor. One more each side. And then slowly bring the knees in towards the chest, hug them with both arms. Tuck your nose to your knees. Exhale, release. Take a hold of the left hand, left knee. Exhale as you extend the right leg all the way to the floor. Inhale as you pull that left knee in towards your center chest. Exhale, release, and then inhale as you pull that left knee in towards your left shoulder. Exhale, release. Inhale to bring both knees back up to center. Switch over the hands. Exhale as you extend the left leg to the floor. Inhale to pull that right knee in towards your center chest. Exhale, release. Inhale to pull that right knee into your right shoulder. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring both knees to the center. Hug them with both arms. Rock from side to side. Massage your lower back. And then whenever you're ready, roll over onto the right side of your body and gently come to seated. Join me in the center of your mats in a seated position for one final deep inhale as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together. As we exhale to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. to the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.